Here's how to draw the Ninja Turtle Michelangelo as a baby. His nickname is Mikey. The youngest, or at least the most childlike of the Ninja Turtles. So the baby Ninja Turtle version of this from the movie Mutant Mayhem. This is what we're basing this baby version on. And he has a kind of lopsided head, kind of like a sideways egg. We'll just draw a horizontal line here. It doesn't need to be straight. And then the eyes are gonna be inside these two horizontal shapes here. So using this as a guide, we're gonna come over to the left and draw in an eye. And it's not a perfectly round eye. It's kind of with these lines like this to make this kind of shape. Doesn't need to be perfect, because that's the style of the movie, are these kind of wonky shapes. And then we'll come over to the right side and draw in the little silly goofy eye here. And we're gonna have the pupil almost looking off to the side, just to give him a little bit more of a goofy look, a bit more of a derpy look. And then the mouth is down here. Just a horizontal line goes across, and then it kind of loops up like this over here. His nose is just this little bulb here, that kind of like this. And the sides of the face are going to be a little more straight, so I'm just kind of resketching this stuff. So this side's going to be a little bit more flat, and then just kind of shape it so that there's these more angles, a little bit more angular. Alright, so he's basically about 2.5 heads tall. So you can just imagine that this over here is one head, and just imagine there's the second head, and about half of that is where the feet will go. So there's the ground, and we're gonna draw a vertical line coming down from his neck, and it's just kind of hanging there. You can almost imagine it as a piece of string hanging. And we're gonna draw over here this line swooping down, and then it curves around, goes flat down here, then curves up and tucks in underneath the cheek. And then just draw a horizontal line across, and then come down, draw another horizontal line, and we're just gonna draw right on this vertical line a kind of lopsided egg for his belt. And of course he's gonna have M for his initial. It's kind of sideways because he's just a baby, so he probably put it on kind of haphazardly or has knocked it around. So then the belt is just this line, these horizontal lines here, come across onto the other end. And then come up here, we're gonna draw in the arm coming out like so. And then basically just underneath the belt, this is where the bottom of the arm is gonna end. So we're gonna draw the finger. It's this kind of little, almost like a square shape. And then another finger behind it that tucks into the wrist. Then a curve that loops like this. And the thumb. Then we're gonna come over to this side, draw the arm coming down, and just imagine where this hand ended over here. Just imagine that's where it ends on the right side. So we're gonna draw the thumb and the finger. And then I'm actually gonna bring the ground down just a little bit. He's just a little taller. Alright. We're gonna have the leg come out like this. Goes down to the ground. Then a diagonal line just kind of comes out at this angle down here. Then horizontal line here. We're going to turn this into a rectangle. So that's where his toes will go, and he only has 2 toes. We'll draw a vertical line here, and then draw from the toe, the outside toe, it's going to connect back into the leg. Like that. And then come over here, we're going to draw a leg coming down. And on this side, and the same concept where a diagonal line will kind of come out to show his foot coming forward. And then we're going to turn this into a rectangle. And then draw a vertical line here to divide it for the toes. And then we're going to connect the leg to the toe. And then just on the back here, let's just give him a little bit of the shell. So that's where his shell would be behind him. Now I'm going to make his eyes just a little bit bigger. If you're working digitally, one helpful tip is to flip things horizontally, and you can see mistakes that you'd like to change. Because this turtle's so wonky, I'm not really too worried about things being super nice, because this is the style of the movie, to have these wonky shapes. So I want them to kind of look funny, goofy looking, just a little bit. But I also want to make sure, especially that the eyes are clear and clearly showing the kind of emotion I want it to show. So the eyes and the mouth are the most important part of this expression. So now I'm going to flip it back and just kind of making the eyes a little bit bigger, because babies have big eyes.